Hey guys, Bob Canada, how are you? Listen, you clicked on the Be Epic tab, and I'm here to give you a pretty good overview in three videos. That's the way we're going to set this up. This video number one is going to be real quick on the company. And to me, what's more important than anything is first instilling, I believe, in your head that why this concept in general makes so much sense for you to do as a side hustle. Because first, if you understand that and you buy into the logic, then showing you the second video is going to be the products we market. And then the third video will be how this all pulls together and we can make some amazing compensation. So let's get started. The first video, as I said, I'm just going to go over the logic and why the logic is important. Because for me, I looked at this type of concept over 25 years ago. It made sense to me. I did it very part-time without any capital risk. And 2 years later, I was making six figures, and 20 smart years later, I've earned over just about $4 million in compensation. And I did that mostly with one great company. Just a couple of years ago, we parted ways, and I've been looking for what I hope was the next big thing. I think I found it here, and we're excited to share it with you. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to run through a couple slides here, and then we'll get on with the second video, which will be the product. So let's talk about the company real quick. The company's called Be Epic. Isn't that a great name? Live an epic lifestyle. They started overseas 2016. They launched it just a few short years ago in the United States, and they are absolutely blowing up with multiple six-figure earners. It's off the hook what this company is doing. They're one of the fastest growing companies in the home-based business industry, doing over 100 million a year in sales, over 85,000 independent reps like myself and hopefully you worldwide. And we're part of an industry. And I always like to cover this because some people don't understand how powerful the networking and home-based business industry is. The network marketing industry is over 70 years old, because you're going to have people that are going to tell you, I don't know, those things work. Guys, they work amazing if you apply yourself. 70-year-old industry, $100 billion worldwide sales, with over 41 million people just in the United States alone involved in this business model. All right. So trust me, you're looking at something that is proven over the test of time, and it makes sense. I hope you open your mind up to see why. So let's talk about the logic if we can. Okay. So why is the logic more important? Because if you understand the logic, it's just a matter of saying, okay, what do you got for products? How do we make money? But doggone it, this logic makes too much sense for me to leave it on the table, okay? So first of all, let's talk about we market wellness products. Wellness with the baby boomers and just people in general is a the pandemic and all the craziness going on with your health and your immune system. It's millions and millions of people take supplements. It's $1 billion industry. So that's a kind of a nice home run to have in our back pocket. Now let's talk about making money. Guys, with the pandemic, and even before that, or even after, I don't care what happens, people are always looking to make more money. I just believe most people are. I don't care if you ask them 10 years ago, or certainly if you ask them now what's going on with the pandemic, they're looking to make money and working out of the house. It's so funny. For years, I always pitched, I never had to get out of bed once I built this into a six-figure income after a couple of years. And I made six figures whether I get out of bed or didn't get out of bed. I used to tell people, really like going to work every day? No, it's all right. Now with all these people working remotely, they hate going. They don't want to think about going back to work. They love it. So guys, this industry is booming because people have not only suffered financially, but they really gotten used to working out of their house, and a side gig. This can be a side gig, makes so much sense to them. So what's the logic to what Be Epic's all about? Guys, no financial risk. I mean, literally your staff is zero if you choose to. You work this around your busy lifestyle. You own your own business. You can work this 10 minutes a day, or you can work it 10 hours a day. It's up to you and how you see this progressing for you, how busy you got other things going on in your life. So we weave this into our current lifestyle. From an income standpoint, you don't start at six figures. This isn't a job. It's a build. Okay. Like me, I started making a couple $100 a month, and it went to a couple thousand a month, and it went to six figures after 2.5 years. There's people that have hit six figures in this company, Be Epic, in 6 months. Now, you got to have some giddy up, but you do a steady, but you stay consistent with this, you absolutely have six-figure potential. And my point is, you really have that? Do most people have that at their jobs and careers? The answer is no. Well, you have it right here, and you can do it part-time without any financial investment to speak of, and you can work it around your schedule. So what else comes with this? Guys, if you are making six figures in your job, for the most part, unless you use leverage, which we're going to talk about, you're probably working your butt off, whether it's sales, whether it's at a corporate position. This type of model, not only can you earn six figures, but because it's leverage model, you don't matter after a while. You could go be in the Bahamas and you're still making six figures. It's just a matter of getting it going and looking for the right people. So, I just don't believe that in trading time for money. So many people work what we call the 45-year plan, from their early 20s till they retire at 65, and they struggle. And when they retire, they're making less money. What are they going to do for the next 40 years of their life, potentially, hopefully, should say, with good health. So my idea is do a side gig and get it to be your plan A, and live the life you want, making the money you want without having to get out of bed every day and go to work. Isn't that something to look forward to? So how do we do it? Okay. Well, getting ahead of myself. Before we get into the products of the business, I want one more slide on residual income, because this resonated for me. I'm just driving the point home. Remember, if you get this, you get that last slide, and you get this slide, you're going to want to know what we're talking about. Okay. If you think, I don't know, then it's not for you. It's that simple. Guys, great book I read, Robert Kiyosaki, speaks across the country. Wealthy businessman, wrote a best-selling book called Cash Flow Quadrant. And here's what the whole book is premised on: this little diagram. He says 97% of all people in the world, let's just talk about America, make money in these two quadrants. They're either employees or they're self-employed. Now, the difference between a self-employed and a business owner is, I'll make the distinction real clear. Self-employed, you're the one earning all the money. Okay, you got your own landscaping company. You got your own automotive. You're fixing cars or whatever you're doing it yourself. You understand? And he says you can make some good money here as an employee, but when can you ever relax? Because every dollar you make is based on your production, unit of time for a unit of pay. You understand that? I'm not putting anyone down who's successful. You can be successful real estate agent, stockbroker. But the point is, your efforts are tied to, or your income is tied to your ongoing efforts. Wealthy people, he talks about in his book, may be over here, but little by little they transition into the right side of the quadrant, as either an investor, have money work for you, or a business owner that has what? Leverage. And it's usually leverage through systems or people. And what we're going to talk about with Be Epic is to me the best leverage business you could have, because in conventional business, you usually have to give up your secure job or whatever you're doing to start and take all kinds of financial risks to have a business that has leverage, meaning, okay, I got to have employees. What's that going to cost? What type of outlay of a business do I have to start? What I'm going to show you is you keep doing exactly what you're doing, and for no financial risk, you start building what I think is the best leverage business. I leveraged off the efforts of thousands of people without having to hire one employee in my last business. That's why I made $4 million, six figures a year over so many years without getting out of bed. It's possible if you have the right business model, and I'm going to show that to you. So I hope I got your attention, because if this slide, and this slide makes sense to you, you're already 90% there. Now we just got to show you how we do it. Okay, guys, that's it. This is just a quick slide to show that I told you I live the dream. for 25 years. This is probably a speech I was making in front of 5,000 to 10,000 people. I spoke all across the country, building sales teams, and I helped a lot. Here's another thing. You don't make a penny unless you take other people with you. Isn't that profound? Wouldn't you love to live more people should live a life like that? Okay, guys? So here's what I'm going to do. The concept, as I said, of products, which we're going to talk about in the next video, is simple. The idea is a lot of people doing just a little bit, okay? So that's all we're going to do, simple concept. In Be Epic, it's about finding a way to either market, meaning sell, right? Or use within you and your family about $90 a month of products. Guys, that's like 2 or 3 products. That would be the easiest job in the world, right? It's either sell or use 2 or 3 wellness products going to help you live longer and live a healthier life. If for some reason you like what you see, but you're challenged by $89 a month, first of all, I shouldn't even be telling you this because the leaders say, "What are you, crazy? $89 a month? Let's go, let's go, let's go." But I put together even a trial run plan where you could test the waters, see if we can find 2 good motivated people with you before you spend a dime. Okay, it's that simple. So this is the product concept. And then you say, well, how do I make the 100,000 a year doing such a little bit of volume? We magnitude that by simply saying, if you can find a handful of like-minded people who can do the same, what are they going to do? Find a handful of like-minded people, find a handful of like-minded people. Next thing you know, you're building a sales team of hundreds of people, potentially thousands of people with a simple concept. Everyone doing a little bit and then looking for a handful of other people that want to do what? A little bit. That's the model, guys. Very easy. Anybody can do this. You don't care about your education, your background, your finances. If you got a little giddy up, you can build this business model. Now, let's talk about the products, and I'm done. I'm not going to go into the products. Well, I am now. Don't get confused. Okay, if you're looking at this live with me, then pay no attention to this. But if you're online at incomegenerators.biz watching this first video, then obviously you click the Be Epic tab. What I want you to do is go from this video, which I believe is video 2, jump to video 3. That's the product overview. Now, how do I want to break it down? The first 8 minutes of this video, these 2 amazing women, and there's so many of them in Be Epic, it's amazing. They're earning 6 figures a year. And what they do is the first 8 minutes, they share their stories. So I think you really need to listen to that because I'm just getting started. But listen to some, I call them average women because they're housewives, they're mothers, and they just blew this thing up in less than a year, earning 6 figures. It's an important 8 minutes if you really want to get the feel for this. But then the next 11 minutes accomplishes what I want this video to do that you're going to be watching. It's them spending 11 minutes talking about the top 6 products in some nice little detail to really let you understand what we have here. And then the last 15 minutes, they talk about the comp plan. But I'm going to be honest with you. I believe in breaking it down a little more deeper, and I think I do a more thorough job. Don't forget, they're doing a live webinar. They're trying to get through it all in 33 minutes. So they kind of zip through the compensation plan. I like breaking it up in these 3 videos. So my compensation plan, which will be video 4, I'll probably spend about 20 minutes where they do it like 10, and I'm going to go into it a little finer. So I want you to watch video 3 to what? Listen to their story and get 11 minutes of product knowledge and say, wow, I love these products. Then you watch my video 4. I'll show you how we're going to make you 6 figures. Okay. That's it, guys. I'm done. Hope that made sense. I don't want to get into the product, so we're just going to end it right here, kids. All right.